Hi everybody, Emilie Chamel here for Pink Fresh Studio, and today I'm so excited to offer to you my first video for the Pink Fresh design team. And for this layout I used the gorgeous painted ponies washi tape as well as the painted peonies die. I love this set because it really allows you to create your own ephemeras in a sense. They look absolutely beautiful once they're cut out. And the quality is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Really love these dies. So I played around with the dies and I put them through and got some of my bits and pieces cut out. And then I went on to use the fancy floral stencil, print stencil, onto my background, and I went with some different shades of grey. So I used the Pink Fresh Studio inks and one of my brushes to put them through the stencil. So I layered directly onto my 12x12 background, right in the center of it, and I just layered different shades of grey. The detailing on the stencil is really second to none. It's beautiful, and the stencils line up very easily on top of each other, so you can't go wrong really when you do them. They have some little mark on the corners, but if you don't want to use those marks on the corners, like I haven't used them, you see I'm right in the middle of a page. I don't use the marks on the corners, and yet it's not an issue to line them up. I went on to do another shade of stencil, grey stencil florals, and you'll see it's because I'm going to fussy cut them. And for this one I used my Misty. It's a technique I have seen on YouTube through several videos, and I wanted to give it a go and see how easily it would line up. So it lined up fairly easily, and then I went on to Fussy cut it all so that I could add the element onto my background. And as you can see, I'm building around what I had stenciled onto my background, and it just helped to extend the floral of the stenciling without going too far. I then went on to repeat the same stenciling technique with the butterfly, but because I had cut out my piece of cardstock smaller than the size of the stencil, I taped it onto my Misty with some washi tape so that my stencil would always fall onto the right place. I then stamped my drawing, stamped the image onto my stenciled image. I used some black to help it really pop out, and I went at it several times. And that's the great thing with the Misty, is that you can go back to your image until you're happy with how crisp and clear the image is. I then used the dies to cut them off to size, and same again, it's really a nice way to create your own ephemeras and your own embellishment. It's just help you to be as generous as you would like to be on your layout without feeling self-conscious that you're using all of your embellishment at once, because you can just create them again and again and again, and it's really great. All you need is paper, and essentially all I've used for this layout is paper, because my washi tape was glued onto paper, and then my butterfly and then my flowers is mostly just created with paper, and it's just so effective and such a great way to create a beautiful layout. Once I'm happy with where most of the elements are going to go, I'm mounting my photograph onto a sheet of paper from the Happy Bloom collection and trimming it around. I'm trimming it loosely with a pair of scissors simply because I know that I was going to distress the edges. And to distress the edges, you don't need fancy tools. I just used the side of my scissors around my paper, and it just does the job perfectly. I'm mounting it onto double-sided sticky foam pads, and then I'm layering some more cut out from the washi tapes. I went on to create my title with the phrase builder dies, and I've cut out the backing out of some vellum and then the main wording out of the same yellow pattern paper, just to repeat that background on which I had mounted my photos. I'm then carefully gluing it on top of each other, and then I will mount it next to my photo. You see there's a layer gap between the flowers and the butterfly and the photos. You can see there's a little bit of a gap, and I'm going to use that area to add my title to my layout. I'm finishing it all off with the beautiful metallic pearls in gold. I'm gluing it with some glossy accents just to make sure that it stays in place. I know that with a glossy accent it isn't going to move or go anywhere. And I'm just adding those little tiny extra details around my page just to make it shine and make it look pretty. I felt that it needed a little more details, so I repeated again that yellow pen paper onto the bottom left corner of my layout. I curled up the corner around the paintbrush to give it a good round look, and then I backed it with the yellow paper. I then added a few more washi tapes behind the corner just to keep it that floral look going. And there you go, that's pretty much it. I really love this layout. I think it came out together beautifully. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very, very much for watching. Bye!